Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We're here to change the world through da'wah. Is that the loudest wa alaikum salam I'm going to hear? Assalamu alaikum. That's more like it. Now, as Sheikh Green mentioned, Islam will enter every house. Islam is a religion which is like no other religion on earth. While other traditional religions are dying out, Islam is flourishing. Now, when we speak about changing the world through da'wah, we are not speaking in vague terms. We're not speaking in hazy terms. We have a plan, we have a strategy, we have a vision. And that's something I want to share with you guys tonight. Sorry, can you just press the next? Okay, no worries. As IERA, we want to share with you how this plan is going to be executed. How are we going to share the message of Islam with humanity? The very first thing is we need passionate people. We need people who believe with certainty, not only in the words of the Prophet ﷺ that Islam will enter every house, because that's what every Muslim believes, but they believe that they are going to make it happen, inshallah. They're going to make a way, or they're going to find a way, they're going to get it done. So we're looking for people that are passionate, people that are competent, people that have skills, people that have the ability and the drive to take the da'wah forward. The second thing is, we want to engage with communities that we know are receptive to Islam. So, for example, we have certain people in areas of the Philippines, which I'm not going to mention the particular areas because we don't want missionaries to go there and undo the good work that we're doing. But they've discovered these people are more receptive to Islam than other people. So why are these people more receptive? Well, these are the cultural reasons why they're more likely to accept Islam. Here is their socio-economic positions, which is also facilitating them accepting Islam. So you've got a whole bunch of factors. So we study these things scientifically. We look at this and we try and understand, if we take away this factor, would people still accept Islam? We've done this in Africa, we've done this in Asia, we've done this in Latin America. We are doing this all across the world. This is optimization. We're trying to figure out why are certain people accepting Islam, and then we're pumping more resources into those regions. And the last aspect which I want to cover, which is a core part of our strategy, is new Muslim retention. We want new Muslims to be du'at. We want new Muslims to go and share Islam. We want new Muslims to go to areas where our du'at cannot go. We want them to do what the Sahaba did. The Sahaba themselves were new Muslims, and they went off to far off areas where the Prophet ﷺ, of course, didn't go. Now, currently, we have over 400 people that work for us full-time. 400 people who are giving da'wah for the sake of Allah. Now, our rivals, the closest to us from an organizational point of view, is Campus Crusade for Christ. They have much more numbers than this. We're talking about 400. They have close to 400,000. Yet we have the truth, which is why we can still be successful with your support. With over 1,000 volunteers across 30 countries, over 30 countries. Now I want to share with you guys some interesting statistics. These are our Shahada figures over the last couple of years. So in 2017, around 1,000, 2018, 3,000, 2020, 5,000. You can see it's growing by about 1,000 a year. Then between 2020 and 2022, we grew tenfold. From 5,000 to 50,000 shahadas. The loudest takbir I want to hear for 50,000 people entering the fold and the household of Islam. Takbir! 50,000 people accepted Islam in 2022. What changed? Our strategy changed. as we saw in the video earlier, we changed our strategy. We started to focus, we started to analyze, we started to scientifically discover where are the shahadas coming in from, and then we would pump resources into those areas. So we grew tenfold. And inshallah, what I want to do briefly before I get into the vision of 2030 is go over who are these 50,000 people. Because when you hear 50,000 people accepting Islam, the first question that comes to your mind, is this even real? Who are these people? Who's taking care of these new Muslims? I want to cover 3 stories. The first is a story of George. Now, George is someone that I met last year in Uganda. He's an elderly gentleman who accepted Islam, and he was one of the people with wealth in the area. He had land. He saw Muslims as a non-Muslim, as a Christian. He saw Muslims of his own tribe, walking in the distance to go to a mosque. So he decided to donate land as a Christian for the Muslims to build a mosque. So of course, our du'at in Uganda, they went over, they spoke to him, and they spoke to him about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, about the one who builds a house for Allah, Allah will build a house for them. But they told him, in order for you to benefit from this, you need to accept Islam. So he accepted Islam. He allowed a mosque to be built, he donated land, and by the time we met him a few months after he took his shahada, 11 people accepted Islam at his hand. And he is in his 80s. You can see, mashallah, he's quite healthy. And this is a story from Africa. Here's another story from Philippines. This is Mang Boy. Mang Boy spent 15 years in Saudi Arabia. No one gave him dawah. He was interested in Islam. No one spoke to him. No one explained what Islam is. He came back to Philippines. When he came back to Philippines, he interacted with our dawah team. When he interacted with them, they gave him dawah, he accepted Islam. He attended the 1-week New Muslim class. In Africa, the New Muslim classes are a month, but in the Philippines, currently they're a week. He attended that, and he is from the remote Ayeta people of the Philippines. These are the indigenous people of the Philippines. They look different to the other groups in the Philippines. Now, what happened is, he understood the importance of accepting Islam. He understood the importance of dawah, so he started facilitating dawah missions into the remote Ayeta region. He is from a noble family of tribes people of the Ayeta. So the Ayeta people have a structure like the Quraysh, where they have a leader, and then the leader has a clan, and that clan rules a particular area. So he's from, if you like, the ruling elite of Ayeta. So when he goes and speaks to people, they take him seriously because he's from that lineage. By the time I met him a few months ago, I think in February, over 150 people accepted Islam due to his efforts. Takbir! 150 people. And I was walking with him in this very remote region, and I asked him, why are you doing this? Why are you giving dawah like this? Why are you so passionate? And he got really emotional, and he looked like he was about to cry, and a tear came down his face, and he said, because I don't want to be the only one from my people to enter Jannah. This is the passion these people have. And now he's part of our team. He's a volunteer for us. Here's a third story. This story is from Latin America. This is Nahishma. She entered the Dawah Center in La Paz in Bolivia at the age of 18. She discovered what Islam is, what is the true message of God. Once she accepted Islam, she facilitated new Muslims learning how to pray, learning how to fast, learning how they could be Muslims. So these are the stories from across the world. So when we're talking about these numbers include George, these numbers include Mungboy, these numbers include Sister Nahishma. Now here's what we want to do, inshallah. 2030, we want over 1 million people accepting Islam on an annual basis, inshallah. Say inshallah. Is that the loudest inshallah we're going to get for 1 million people entering the household of Islam by 2030? Brothers and sisters, this is our vision. As you can see, 2023, we are projected to be close to be on 75,000 shahadas. Next year, 125. Going to 2030, inshallah, we want to achieve 1 million shahadas on an annual basis. And this is going to happen, inshallah, with your support. Jazakallah khair.